college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Razorbacks will put total leather to crank us up. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Hand off from the shotgun. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's chat just for a second about South Carolina. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. Four-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now, LaNorris Sellers was sensational down the stretch last season when the Gamecocks won 6 of 7 games. Sellers threw 18 touchdowns, only 3 picks. What would you like to see from him, David, for the Gamecocks to become a force in the SEC?
It's not running, Reese. Like, we saw the physicality in the big runs, like, throughout the season, especially against Clemson ending the season last year. But to me, it's the passing game. It's the staying on schedule. It's knowing his answers and making the easy play sometimes. Continue to evolve as a passer with that big, strong body. And you better look out, college football.
Here comes the offense on second down. The give on the inside. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Guys, for just a little bit, let's talk about South Carolina. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Really good job by this defense, man. 4th down and short. Great job playing the quarterback first. That's the most important part of the option. Don't let him get downhill. Now it gets to the pitch man. It gets a little bit outside. They run to the football and get the big stop on 4th down.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Finds him out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Caught behind the line. It's Jones. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
This crowd going to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, for the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Gets it out quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. Looking for a man, it's Green. He's got him still on his feet. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10, 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Grabbed behind the line, it's Clapp. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Arkansas! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll keep it on the sneak. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the incomplete pass will wrap up the 1st quarter. Lots of time left, and we are ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Lost one deep down the right side. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, South Carolina. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception there.
Quickly to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Blake. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw's got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that 1st down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
They'll try to sneak it. Got the first down and still on his feet.
Listen, when you got a big sucker like that at quarterback, all he's got to do is lean forward, and he's going to get that fourth down. He just does a great job getting behind the offensive line, falling forward, and getting the big fourth down conversion.
The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's clapped. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
To the air. It's Green. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off play action. Unloads it left. He makes the catch. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Now from inside the red zone. Snagged in the middle. It's Jones. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! Fitted in the window for the score.
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3's coming soon.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Sellers. He lost one down the sideline. Grabs it inside the 15. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Trying to barge in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill, go get the running back, get him on the ground.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. A little screen to the running back. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. He's looking to pass. Get it out on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Here comes the heat. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. You got to do a better job reeling it in.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Throws to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Razorbacks decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. He'll take the deep shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Takes a hit as he fires. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Pulls it in. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's got it. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. And And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wants to throw. It's Sellers. He's got it on the run. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Touchdown Gamecocks. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
They're trying to get the receiver on a drag route and work him through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with second and 10. Under fire. Got it in the middle. It's Platt. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. To the air, it's Green. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Blasted as he lets it go. The short hands, it's Platt. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. He'll take a shot. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. On that last one, he was looking for number 3.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Defense playing a bail technique. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He's not afraid to go deep. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Green. A strike downfield. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. This proficiency in the passing game can take you back to yesteryear, one of the great quarterbacks in Arkansas history, in Joe Ferguson.
Yeah, just slinging the pill, just being able to provide balance, being able to attack down the field, get people out of the box, and not be predictable. That's a really good job by this quarterback.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
This defense knew coming into the game they were going to try and get this guy the football because of his speed, but when he's running over the middle of the field, they want to put a hat on him and make him feel them. They did that right there. The hit causes the incompletion.
They go to the ground. They almost got a 1st down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
It's as if you're in GOAT in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
And the Razorbacks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Green. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
The Razorbacks are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking for a deep man. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the 1st half, and you see it here again early in the 3rd quarter.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. 1st snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds the tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football,
Going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And the defense finally stops him, right? He's had a heck of a day, and they're taking a shot down the field to him. And I think they've gone to their go-to guy because he's put up numbers, and he's been productive, and he's got that speed on the outside. Defense has definitely got an eye on him and kind of saying, hey, we got to make sure we take him away.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Find my guys quickly, know my matchups, get them the football, let them do the rest. So many playmakers now in football. I'm trying to get it to him as fast as possible so he can do that. Right after the catch, make guys miss, make beautiful plays.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
He's dragged down to the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. He caught it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. They're going to run it. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Touchdown Gamecocks! And the comeback is on. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can just shed people off you. What a great job smelling the end zone and getting in.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Texas has the lead right now. The good folks in Denton have been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Texas. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. And we'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. The give to the back. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense and coverage forcing the incomplete.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. to pass. It's Sellers. He'll take a deep shot here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
So now it's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Oh, they're after him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
That's caught. It's flat. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Motion from the wide receiver. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. A first down for the offense. Grab behind the line. It's Anthony. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
That's reeled in. It's Anthony. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. To the air. It's Green. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. Turning it on. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys.
And only in the hops.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your...
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll run play action. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra pointer right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. North Texas has the lead right now. The good folks in Denton have been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 10 over Texas. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
He's going to fire deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and
he's going for the big play. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
Well, how about the defense? How about the respect level for this guy? Double team him, and what happens? He still wins. You think the offense is going to continue to feature this guy?
After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never...
Intercepted to stop the threat. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And they turn it into a defensive score. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception.
The fake, and he wants to throw. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the two-point conversion. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Sellers. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive...
He's got it down the left. There he goes. The tag. Touchdown, South Carolina. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And they did tack on the extra point. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a the ball pops out. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They want that clock to run. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Finding an escape route. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
And Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Green. Here's the pressure. Pulls it in, it's Anthony. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Not a chance. Missed it. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going up top here late in the game. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championship.
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's pass. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Snags it down the right side.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Finds his man. It's Bennett. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
And the Gamecocks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Grabbed over the middle, it's Bennett. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they tacked on the extra point. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. The Hands team able to secure that football, and with that, should have secured a victory.
Yeah, and this is why you put your Hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets, and then if